It started on an ordinary Thursday evening. Sarah and I had been married for 9 years, and while life had its ups and downs, I thought we were solid. That night, as we sat across from each other at the dinner table, she dropped the bombshell. "Dan, I've been thinking about our marriage. I think we should consider an open arrangement." I stared at her, my fork frozen halfway to my mouth. "An open marriage?" I repeated, as though I hadn't heard her right. My voice sounded alien even to me. She nodded, her tone nonchalant, as if she were suggesting we redecorate the living room. "We're both still young. I love you, but I think this could revive us. Add excitement, you know?" Excitement. My voice cracked. Anger, confusion, and hurt churned in my chest, but I kept my face blank. She reached across the table and took my hand. "Don't you trust me? It's not about replacing you. It's about exploration. Don't you want to be happy?" What I wanted was to rewind and erase this conversation. But the more she spoke, the more I realized this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment idea. She'd planned this, rehearsed it, maybe even acted on it already. I should have argued, yelled, demanded answers, but I didn't. Instead, I said, "If that's what you want." Her eyes lit up in relief. "Really? You're okay with this?" "Sure," I said, forcing a tight smile. "If it'll make you happy." That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. My mind raced with thoughts of betrayal. The Sarah I loved, the woman I thought I'd grow old with, was slipping away. Or maybe she'd already gone. I felt like I was drowning. But then a cold, calculated clarity took hold. If this was the game she wanted to play, I'd play it and I'd win. Over the next few weeks, Sarah flourished in her newfound freedom. She started dressing up more, coming home late, and being unusually secretive about her phone. I didn't press her. I just observed, biding my time. Every smile she gave me felt like an insult. Every kiss was hollow. Meanwhile, I worked on my own plan. I've always been methodical, which served me well as an engineer. But now I turned that precision toward dismantling the life Sarah thought she had. First, I visited a lawyer quietly, discreetly. I wanted to understand my rights, our assets, and the best way to protect myself. The attorney was sympathetic, almost fatherly. He gave me a checklist of steps to secure myself financially and legally before making any moves. Next, I started documenting everything. Her nights out, the unexplained charges on our credit card, the whispers on the phone she thought I couldn't hear. I installed a GPS tracker on her car. A decision I'm not proud of, but one I don't regret. It confirmed what I'd suspected. She wasn't just talking about an open marriage. She was already in one. By the time I confronted her, I had everything I needed. But confrontation wasn't my endgame, it was just a step in the process. One Friday evening, as Sarah was getting ready to go out, I asked casually, "Where are you headed tonight?" She hesitated just for a second. "Out with friends." "Which friends?" She turned to me, annoyance flashing across her face. "Why do you care? We agreed. Remember?" I smiled, standing up and walking toward her. "You're right. We did agree. I'm just curious." Her posture relaxed. She even smiled back. "Dan, this is good for us. You'll see." "I'm sure I will." That night, after she left, I packed a bag and moved into a short-term rental I secured a week earlier. I left no note, no explanation, just my wedding ring on the kitchen counter. The next morning, my phone exploded with messages and missed calls. Sarah's frantic voice filled my voicemail box, alternating between anger, confusion, and desperation. I ignored them all. Instead, I called the lawyer. It was time to put the plan into motion. Over the next few weeks, I filed for divorce, froze our joint accounts, and removed her as a beneficiary on my life insurance. The lawyer helped me draft a letter informing her that I was aware of her infidelity and that I would be seeking an uncontested divorce. Sarah's reaction was predictably chaotic. She showed up at my rental, pounding on the door and demanding to talk. When I finally let her in, she was a mess. Her makeup was smeared, her hair disheveled. She looked like a stranger. "You can't do this," she screamed. "You agreed to this, Dan." "I agreed to let you be happy," I said coldly. But I'm done being miserable to make it happen. She sank onto the couch, her face crumpling. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I love you. Please, let's fix this. I laughed. A bitter sound that surprised even me. Fix this? You destroyed it. And now you're upset because I'm not sticking around to watch. She cried, begged, made promises I knew she couldn't keep. I felt a pang of guilt, a reminder of the man I used to be, but I pushed it aside. The papers are with my lawyer, I said finally. Sign them, and this can end quickly. Fight me, and it'll get ugly. Sarah didn't make it easy, of course. She dragged her feet, tried to manipulate me, even enlisted friends and family to guilt-trip me. But I stood firm. With every passing day, I felt lighter, freer. For the first time in years, I was living for myself. But my revenge wasn't complete yet. Sarah prided herself on appearances. To the outside world, we were the perfect couple. Our friends envied our stability. Her family adored me, so I decided to let them in on the truth. I'd been quiet, letting her spin her narrative of Dan abandoned me. But now it was time to set the record straight. I hosted a dinner party, inviting mutual friends and family. Sarah came, uninvited but unsurprising. She likely thought she could control the story. But as the evening progressed, I calmly laid out the facts. I didn't embellish or dramatize. I just told the truth. Sarah had asked for an open marriage, started an affair, and left me no choice but to end it. The room went silent. Sarah's face turned pale, then red. She tried to interject, but the weight of her own actions crushed her. People started asking questions, their voices tinged with disbelief and disappointment. By the end of the night, her support system had crumbled. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. Sarah moved out of state, presumably to start over. Meanwhile, I rebuilt my life. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I found new hobbies, reconnected with old friends, and even started dating again. One day, out of the blue, Sarah called. Her voice was hesitant, almost timid. Dan, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything. I paused, letting her words hang in the air. Thank you, I said finally, but I've moved on. I hope you can too. She started to say something else, but I ended the call. It wasn't out of spite. I simply didn't need her apology. The man I'd become, stronger, wiser, and free, owed her nothing, and for the first time in years I felt truly at peace.